Good afternoon, class. My name is Lindsay Birding, and today I'll be presenting my experiment conducted on social contagion and expressions of hatred. Social contagion is the tendency for human affect, attitude, and behavior to spread from person to person. Previous research has shown that contagion effects have been found in memory tasks, in suicide behavior, and in online discussion between organizational and insiders and outsiders. My study also looks at discussion between in-group and out-group members, and the topic for discussion that I chose to examine was the 2016 presidential race, as it was evoking a tremendous emotional response from the country. The participants for my study consisted of 300 separate people who commented on 3 separate online posts. The materials used were the first online material was a YouTube video which was 7 minutes and 38 seconds long, and it was entitled The Highlights from the Third Presidential Debate, Trump Sexual Assault, and Clinton Email Scandals. 100 comments were pulled from this post. The second URL that I looked at was a supportive post for Donald Trump on the Facebook page Donald Trump for President. The third online material that I accessed was the Huffington Post Facebook page, which had a supportive post for Hillary Clinton. All of the materials were accessed using my Dell laptop computer. So what I did first was I pulled the first 100 comments from each of these 3 online video and posts. In chronological order, I pulled the first 100 comments. Copied and pasted them and put them in a Word document, and each comment was coded with a 1 for hateful or with a 2 for benign. To be considered a hateful comment, the comment needed to have vulgar and threatening language either directed at the previous poster or at the candidate themselves. Other comments that were expressing disagreement but in a civil way, or were expressing support for a candidate, those were all coded as benign. Once all of the comments were coded, I counted the patterns, like counted how many 1s, how many 2s, and created a graph of the patterns, which is what was entered into SPSS to analyze statistically for contagion effects. In SPSS, I ran a paired samples t-test, and the results from the t-test were, for the YouTube video, T31 equaled negative 3.007, power was equal to 0.005, and the effect size was 1.008. And though this is a significant result with power being 0.005, it was actually the contagion effect was significant for the benign comments, not the hateful comments. For the Trump video, T13 was equal to negative 3.789, power was 0.002, and the effect size was 2.1. For the Clinton supportive post, T16 was equal to negative 3.607, power was equal to 0.002, and effect size was equal to 1.8. On the charts in my PowerPoint, you can see each of the clusters of comments were graphed separately, and it shows pretty clearly in figure 1, contagion and hate comments, how benign comments were much more contagious than hateful comments. Though there was a lot more hateful contagion in the YouTube video than there were in the supportive comments on the other 2 pages, which did correlate with the hypothesis that I had come up with, which was that there would be more hate contagion in a discussion involving both supporters of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton in a discussion together than the discussion between those supporters in the respective pages for their candidates. I thought it was a very interesting study, and I had a fun time doing it. And thank you for listening to my presentation.